So the first step to correct your status would be, I would create something called a non-taxpayer affidavit, or even something called political status correction. Correct your name for the record. When your name was created on a birth certificate, they think they own this, so you have to learn how to create it in a private trust. The Social Security number is a trust. If you look it up, Social Security Trust Administration. It's a public administration. You have to learn how to create your private administration. So you can start with a church, or even a tribe. You can correct your status with a tribe, a church. It's called the Shahada with Muslims. I'm not sure what it's called with Jewish people, but they all undergo a status change. In the Christian community, it's called being baptized. So your baptismal certificate can also correct your status, and you can use this to identify in the public. Everybody go to onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's DonKilam. You can subscribe there and get access to Don Kilam University at donkilam.com. You can also follow me on the Instagram at DON_KILAM. Again, that's DON_KILAM. Much peace and love.
Y'all got to get focused on prosperity, because y'all sat here and be asking the stupidest shit. You know, y'all not out here building wealth for real. People ain't out here building wealth for real. So, like, what's the point? Y'all sitting here worried about getting out of debt. For what? For what? The United States has how much debt? How much debt does the United States have? You know, we're weeding out the people that just want to get in the comments and talk shit. That's Asian shit. So, if you want to get out of debt, we got Cam in the building. Shout out to Cam. Make sure y'all go to the onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. Let me see who else in the building. I want to ask some common sense questions. Let me know where y'all tapped in and tuned in from. United States is in debt. Right or wrong? Does everybody agree that the United States is in like $30 trillion worth of debt? Does everybody agree? We got Boston in the building, Jersey in the building, Memphis in the building, San Diego in the building, Denver, Colorado in the building. I'm in Florida too. What's good? DC in the building. So I finally got I agree. Columbia, South Carolina, Maryland. Everybody agrees. And does everybody agree that the United States, shout out to Fort Lauderdale, UK, does everybody agree that the United States is one of the richest countries in the world? Talk to me. Talk to me. Quit claiming it as your debt. Someone said, didn't our debt double? Our debt double? How is it our debt? All debt belongs to the United States. If you're foreign to the United States, that's not your debt. I gotta yell it at you motherfuckers so y'all can get it through your thick fucking head and wondering why you're not getting remedy in fucking life. Y'all want business credit? The IRS gives it to you when you learn how to make a business. Form 8500, general business credit. Hold on, let me get my other phone so I'm not telling you wrong. I wouldn't tell you guys wrong. Form 8500, IRS. Reporting cash. Hold on. Wrong form. That's why I had to double check. Everything is credit. 3800. Form 3800. General business credit. I got it mixed up. I do that sometimes. So Form 80. Hold on, I'm just going to show y'all. Form 8300. General business credit. Oh, let me flip this around. This ain't my form, this is theirs. Y'all filling out wrong forms with the IRS. Y'all going in there as an individual. Listen, government, if the government creates a position for you, do you think it's going to be in your best interest or benefit? If the United, tell me which history book, which religious book ever said that they was going to look out for the people? I'll wait. From citizen to sovereign, tap in, because this is where it starts. Getting your status corrected. Understanding political status. When you're a mister, when you're a missus, when you're identifying with birth certificates, the fuck is wrong with you? You can only control what you create. What royal, what king, what queen, what emperor, what sultan, sultana ever had a fucking United States birth certificate? What monarch had a birth certificate? I'll wait. How does motherfuckers in Ukraine getting foreign funding? Billions of dollars. They had a credit score? They had a birth certificate? Did they have a social security number? The fuck is wrong with you people? We move and transfer assets. Ukraine was given assets. I hit the blunt. Let that sink in. Assets. What are you after? Y'all sitting here focused on the greenback. Y'all sitting here focused on the greenback. Is all if I want to donate to an organization and I don't have no money, what else can I give them? Whatever it is that they're in demand of. That's an asset. Your labor is an asset. The United States are getting paid to protect you. You're their asset. You don't need you don't need money to establish a trust. Tribe called, Sheikaku says interests are assets. And that is it right there. That's it right there. That's the name of the game in America. Interests are the assets. Your interests. Your interests. We got C-Check Republic in the building. Peace and love. That's exactly right. And if you people can't understand this, then you need to get off this little secure party credit journey, this little sovereign journey, and get back to business. Get back to studying business. Everything is fucking business. Everything is business. And y'all not understanding. Anytime you fill out an application for a job, anytime you fill out these government forms, that because the public forms that the public tends, the ones they just give you, instead of doing your own proper research, because nobody knows what obviously nobody knows about the Form 3800. You know, at first I said the form, what form did I say? 8300. I got it mixed up. So Form 8300 is what they file when you come into, say you go on the bank and you withdraw 10,000. They're going to file the Form 8300 and report your ass. Anything over $10,000 cash. So the individual can't even maneuver anything over $10,000. Now it's $600, I think. It used to be $10,000, you know? And there's so many different ways to get paid when you start understanding the business, that your name is a business. It's a trust. Now, there's different types of trust. There's all types of different types of trust. But we're dealing in the private. I love talking to attorneys. I talked to an attorney yesterday. But when it comes to these attorneys, he said they stopped the 600 thing. I don't know. I don't follow their rules anyways. They said it's still 10,000. Even with a business. So I want y'all to know, even with a business, if you're withdrawing 10,000 or more, they're going to ask you some questions. And that's why you have to learn trusteeship. Okay? And so, listen, I'm about to break down $1 million worth of game for y'all right now. Because and this is, you don't have to be upper echelon, you don't have to be part of the elite to understand this, all right? Warren Buffett said his kids are not getting anything. Did y'all know this? Warren Buffett, one of the richest men alive, is not handing down anything to their kids. But I'm going to tell you how the elite move. They move through trust. They move through family trust. Now listen, $1 million worth of fucking game now. Well, where do I start? What trust? Well, I do like living trust, so we're not going to step away from that. But at the end of the day, it is a family trust. One individual cannot hand down wealth. This is why they have individual tax forms. The family hands down wealth. Trust and foundations, that's it. The family hands down the wealth. You're handing down wealth through the last name. Who created the trust, Don Kilam? The family created the trust. Y'all keep getting caught up. I'm a trustee, I'm a beneficiary, I'm a grantor, all this. Listen, the family created the trust. I just work for the family. And these are the simple answers that you freaking need, because guess what? Guess what? When you don't understand this, and people are going to talk about they getting rid of this and that. Listen, trusts have been around for thousands of years. Foundations have been around. Investments and charity is never going away. We spoke on that. How long have taxpayers been around? Tax accountants and tax collectors. Forever, since the Bible. Foundations is never going away. Private family trust is never going away. Because you have to have a way to hand down your generational wealth. And that's just what it is. There's always a way to hand down generational wealth. All right. And if you was part of these private groups, it's families. It's families. We sit down with fucking rich, wealthy families. It's private information. A lot of people don't know what's going on. They still worried about what's going on. BRICS. That's public information. They're all worried about what's happening to the US dollar. That's public information. In the private, you don't need none of that. All you need is full faith and credit. That's the game. Something for nothing. All you need is your labor. All you need is your resources. All you have to do is learn how to manage. Own nothing, control everything. Learn how to manage your family wealth. You know, it might look like this, it might look like that, but it's still under one system. All these people are working together. You got the red wing, you got the blue wing. They all work together. It's the same damn bird. A lot of people don't understand this. This is private wealth transfers. You cannot transfer wealth through a public bank. Anything that's in the public banks are owned by the government. Google this. Let me go Google it for you, because a lot of you motherfuckers are lazy and still dumb and don't understand what's going on. I gotta just tell it how it is. Ain't no fakeness in me. Y'all think y'all know so much because y'all get y'all's information from Google. You know? A public bank is owned and operated by a state or city government in the public interest. All public banks have been owned by the government. That's why you're not handing down any wealth. That's why y'all don't own any land. Where's your land? We out here, we got land. We're working on underground bunkers. We're really working on these things. We're really growing food for our community. These are the things that we do with my private community, you know? And basically, man, I want y'all to know, man, I'm hiring all women. We are hiring. I'm hiring all women. Fuck you niggas. You niggas had your chance. Man up and learn how to provide. Because if you can't provide, you can't get next to me anyway. So I'm out here taking care of families, no matter what y'all think. The wealth is in the private. I ain't never once ran into my millionaire clients. Motherfucking my upper echelon clients. They ain't never came and hit me up on Instagram or YouTube. They have came to me in the private. And if you know me, you know me. You can look me up on my Instagram right now and see who follows me. I got plenty of fucking celebrities. I got plenty of fucking so-called multi-millionaires. I want you to know, even though it might look like they worth 15, 16 million, 20 million, some of these motherfuckers is broke. And we're not going to say no names because these my niggas. I'm living better than some of my friends that people might think is worth $20, $30 million. Some people think this person might be worth fucking $50 million and the motherfucker might not have a dollar to his motherfucking name. It's all assets. You gotta learn how to leverage that. And that's why I need y'all to understand. Quit trying to discharge debt. If a motherfucker, if you owe somebody, they can never be broke. You gotta learn how to leverage this shit correctly. Because I'm trying to tell you this. When you learn how to switch roles, y'all sitting here, when you're offsetting a debt or discharging a debt, that means you're the debtor and you're trying to get rid of the debt. If you're the actual secured party creditor, why the fuck would you want to get rid of a debt? That's an amount that's owed to the secured party creditor. The debtor always owes the creditor. I don't think you heard me, though. I don't think you fucking heard me, though. If you're trying to get rid of a debt and you claim you're a secure party creditor, an SPC, I'm an SPC, Don. This is what y'all tell me every day. I just laugh because you motherfuckers, I'm an SPC, Don. I did all my paperwork, but I can't afford you yet. The fuck, nigga? Then you're not an SPC. The fuck, nigga? Niggas on food stamps bring me to their house on Section 8. The fuck is wrong with you? I know niggas on Section 8 that got $1 million in the ground. You dig what I'm saying? I know motherfuckers on Section 8 that got $1 million because they're using Section 8 to get ahead in life. They're using it for what it's supposed to be used for. Hey, we on food stamps right now just to stack. Y'all sitting here, y'all getting on food stamps, y'all getting on Section 8 and fucking getting comfortable and living life. The fuck do you want to discharge a debt for if you're a secure party creditor? I got somebody saying it again. I'm not an SPC, but I want to discharge a debt. If you're an SPC, why would you want to discharge a debt? You're the creditor. That means the debtor owes you. I don't know how much simpler I can put it. Does this make sense to everybody? Can I get 90% of the class to say this makes sense today? I'm gonna say it real slow. I'm gonna do it all calm, cool, and collected.
We'll be back after a quick break.
There's no such thing to practice law. It's called a bar card or a British accredited registry card. They take an oath to uphold rules to the crown, which is in Britain. So there's no such thing to licensed practice law. If you look up Abraham Lincoln, he was a lawyer. He wasn't an attorney. So attorneys might have to be licensed, but there's no such thing as a licensed lawyer. Again, it's called a British accredited registry. It's part of a membership. It's like a fraternity, like the Freemasons or any other private club or community that you'd be part of, that you have to show your private membership. And this is what they do. Everybody go to onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's onlyfans.com/Don Kilam. That's DONKILAM. You can subscribe there and get access to Don Kilam University at donkilam.com. You can also follow me on the Instagram at DON_KILAM. Again, that's DON_KILAM. Much peace and love.
If you're a creditor, a secure party creditor, then that means the debt is owed to you. It's not rocket science. You can't go in there. All debt belongs to the United States. You can't go in there claiming debt. You know? They give the money without your signature because as soon as you sign, you saying you're the United States government. The name that's created in the public is a position. So you got to learn how to make an international claim. because it's already copywritten on the common law level. It's already common law written on the national level. They own this motherfucker. It's a position. It's registered in the ICANN, International Center of Names and Numbers. They own the domain. They call it the domain. Your name's a domain. Everything's online now. It's all digital. And a lot of people not understanding this. The shit been digital since the 60s and 70s. For sure. They've been on a computer system, been running on a system since the 60s and 70s. Y'all are late. Y'all just now catching up to this shit. You know? I mean, they showed you in the Wizard of Oz shit was ran by a system. That's in the 30s. You dig what I'm saying? This is how long shit been on a system. I need y'all to know, this is how long shit been on a system. Just because you think the technology is new to you, the technology been out here 200 years. I need y'all to understand this, man. Nikola Tesla had this technology. Nikola Tesla had Bluetooth. Nikola Tesla had cell phones. You know? Shout out to Nikola Tesla. He was a mulatto like me. Let's go. Shout out to Einstein. He's a mulatto like me. Let's go. Y'all don't know that because they only show y'all black and white pictures when they didn't have color back then. You know, this is a lot that y'all don't know about because you don't understand the private life. And the private education, when you get a private education, they're going to teach you out the gate that Abraham Lincoln was a Moor. They're going to teach you out the gate that John Hanson Bay was the first president of the United States, a melanated man. They're going to teach you. Because now in school, for some reason, they're telling you the first capital was New York City. Never heard of that shit in my life. But in the private sector, they're going to teach you that the first capital and the only capital of the United States is Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And that's the real Supreme Court. So anybody that's a national, you can still go to Philadelphia Supreme Court, pay by gold, and get your court cases heard. But they're not going to listen to you if you're identifying with a birth certificate. Are you 7 pounds, 8 ounces? Why are you identifying with a fucking birth certificate? Listen, I'm going to show you how much this ain't your debt. Listen, if you control the debt, let me discharge this debt. Okay? You fighting for a debt. If they want to trade that debt, they can trade the debt without you there. If the shit is yours, don't you have a say on trading the debt? I'll wait. Doesn't that sound factual? If this is your debt, if you had real control over this debt, wouldn't you have a say when they trade it to another? Why wouldn't you invite it to the meeting? When they trade your debts, why aren't you invited to the meeting? Why don't you have any say over the shit? Look, y'all going in there fighting with codes and statutes. That is for public figures. Public sector is the part of the economy that the government controls. He said, fuck it, file bankruptcy. That's real court. If the United States, listen, check me out. He said, fuck it, file bankruptcy. Rob McFly, that's what he said. So look, check this out. That's real court. That's real court. That's one form of real court. You don't know bankruptcy rules. Y'all, listen, because a lot of people come in and say, the United States under bankruptcy. I own my name. I put the birth certificate in the trust. Is it trust law? What chapter of bankruptcy did they file? Who created the trust? Who's the grantor? If your social security number is a trust, who's the grantor of that trust? You have the original trust certification, declarations? Matter of fact, do you have the original birth certificate or do you have a certified copy? We know in the public system that anything in the public is owned by the government. So anytime I choose to be a trustee or even a beneficiary in the public, it's never to my benefit. It's never going to make you better. Somehow, some way, It's going to help them. So that's why you do what they do. When you're a trustee, they put you in jail. Trustees are in jail. Keep saying you're a trustee of this trust. Oh, you want some benefits? The benefits are going to jail. Sometimes you get food stamps. You did. If you're operating on the public side of this trust, you're doomed for failure. I don't know how else to put it. You're doomed for failure. And it's due to your education. It's due to your education. I can keep giving you, should I give you this $1 million worth of game? I'm going to give you some $1 million worth of game, man. I'm going to show you one way wealth is transferred. By the elite. Endowments. Endowments. Does anybody know what an endowment is? You see that Abraham Lincoln Library, the Barack Obama School. An endowment is a donation of money or property to a nonprofit organization, which uses the resulting investment income for a specific purpose. Dar Kalam University is a school. Dar Kalam, we give all our money to Dar Kalam in endowments. All right? The Rockefeller gave endowments for the public education system so they can move their money and educate you to keep making them rich. The super elite, the super wealthy, we have schools. We give endowments to hospitals. Every hospital has a donor wall. So who do you think they're going to treat better? The public or the private members giving them donations to make them possible? Because a lot of people are paying medical bills and they don't even know that hospitals are part of the voluntary sector. You got the public sector, you got the private sector, you got the voluntary sector. And how the government deals with you is through the voluntary sector, because anytime you contract with them, it's trading with the enemy. But it's part of the voluntary sector. So you voluntarily hand over the information and then they do what they do with it. So one way the super elite transfer wealth is through endowments. Here's your public education and how we got rich, and then I got my own private education to hand down to my family trust. Then when it comes to school, private education, should I be giving you all this information? Listen, when it comes to school, you invest in yourself. Every great entrepreneur knows you invest in yourself. The trust pays for school. The trust pays for the children's school, so the trust can live on to the next generation. The trust is an entity, and it can do everything except vote. It can do anything you can do except vote. And y'all better learn it, because this is how they're placing these AI things. They're putting them in trust. They're putting them in trust. They can do everything except vote. And now these AIs are getting the right to vote. And y'all better understand it. Y'all better believe it, man. Don Kalam, man. He says, Don, you the GOAT. Sovereign King 619, peace and love. You can't tax a trust because it's not a real entity. But I'm just letting y'all know how this shit's working. So, family trust, 508c1as or unincorporated associations. Because the family trust. So listen, when you die, because Warren Buffett says, I'm not handing off money to my kids. It's because his kids become trustees. They get power of the family trust. They get to control and state where the money goes with the family trust. And they're also part of different nonprofit organizations. So you fund it with your labor, man. Get out of my channel asking these questions. Say, how can I fund my trust? Book a donation, book a consultation. That's how you fund it. Now, your trust is already funded. Listen, I'm not answering questions. I will kick y'all out my class. Y'all wanna ask me questions? Then become a member and book a consult. It's $250. $250 for a half hour. Going in March is $1,000 for a half hour. I get paid for interviews. Google is fucking free. Go ask Google. I just gave y'all $1 million worth of game and y'all focus on the wrong shit. I just told y'all how to set up the trust. I told y'all what y'all need to do. Write down notes and go study. I gave you the game. And y'all still asking Don Kilam bullshit. How about this? Peace and love, motherfuckers. I'm out.
Are you ready to unlock the secrets of commerce and build an empire that lasts for generations? Look no further. Introducing $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam, your official guide to the private and public side of commerce. In this groundbreaking book, Don Kilam reveals the strategies and insider knowledge you need to create and protect your wealth. Learn how to navigate the intricate world of commerce, master the art of building an empire, and secure a lasting legacy for your family. Get your hands on $1 million worth of game today and embark on a transformative journey toward financial abundance. Don't miss out on the opportunity to build your empire and secure a prosperous future for generations to come. Get ready to conquer the world of commerce. $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam, your ultimate guide to building an empire and leaving a legacy. $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam. Available now. Get your copy and start your journey to generational wealth. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of commerce and build an empire that lasts for generations? Look no further. Introducing $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam, your official guide to the private and public side of commerce. In this groundbreaking book, Don Kilam reveals the strategies and insider knowledge you need to create and protect your wealth. Learn how to navigate the intricate world of commerce, master the art of building an empire, and secure a lasting legacy for your family. Get your hands on $1 million worth of game today and embark on a transformative journey toward financial abundance. Don't miss out on the opportunity to build your empire and secure a prosperous future for generations to come. Get ready to conquer the world of commerce. $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam, your ultimate guide to building an empire and leaving a legacy. $1 million worth of game by Don Kilam. Available now. Get your copy and start your journey to generational wealth.